Helpful driving tips for teens and adults. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is a teen driving tip for checking blind spots. Blind spots are on the left side, right side, front of you, and behind you. Before driving, make sure your mirrors are adjusted properly. When you get into your car, you want to adjust your seat and put on your seatbelt. You want to frame the rear window in your center mirror. So when you get your teen in the car, make sure their seat is comfortable. They should have a bend in their arms. They should have a bend in their legs. Next, when they're in the car, you want to see them bring the left mirror and the right mirror in so they can use their eyes and look. You should see a little bit of the car. To check a blind spot is check your mirrors, inside, outside mirror, your turn signal. Let's pretend we're making a turn signal to left. So you check your mirrors, make sure it's clear. You use your turn signal, then you look over your left shoulder to check your blind spot. It's a quick blind spot check. When changing lanes, use your mirrors, look over your shoulder. You want to keep the steering wheel steady. Sometimes teens panic and overturn the wheel. Be aware of driving in blind spots. 18-wheelers, bigger trucks, stay out of those blind spots. Watch out for fast-moving vehicles. They'll come in your blind spot, and by the time you look, you won't see it. Blind spots for adults. Explain the blind spot to your teen. Remind them that you won't see anything if you don't look over your shoulder. That is your blind spot. Adults may have lack of mobility. They might have to slowly turn their shoulder, and that could also turn the wheel. So you want to make sure they're properly checking the blind spots. You want to look over your shoulder to the left. If you're making a left lane change, you want to look at your shoulder to the right to make a right lane change. You have to check those blind spots. Let's talk about managing the merge. That is very important. As a driver's ed instructor, I want my students to be able to merge properly, have good speed control, and feel safe. So remind your teen to plan for that exit as early as possible. You want to, if you're talking about exiting, you want to slow down. You want to get your blinker on a quarter of a mile. You want to get into the lane and reduce your speed. And then when you get on that clover leaf, you want to go in slow, because if you go in too fast, centrifugal force, that's the force that will pull you to the outside edge. You'll literally go off the road. And I've had a few scary experiences where students carry too much speed in, and we hit gravel, and it's like little ball bearings, and you'll slide off the road. So while in a deceleration lane, before you commit to the exit ramp, apply your brakes. Go in slow. Control your car. And you want to be in smooth. After adjusting your speed, find a 3 or 4 second gap in traffic. Take your time, signal early, signal often. Don't be scared to use that blinker. You'll know if it's on too early, and you'll definitely know if it's on too late, because cars behind you won't know. Cross one lane of traffic at a time, and then keep with the speed of traffic. Sometimes the beginning drivers go too slow. They're making lane changes. They should be able to accelerate and get in front of that traffic. Sometimes actual drivers put their foot on the brake. If the speed limit is 70, they put their foot on the brake, and we're driving at 55. So we are under the speed limit. So make sure your teen, your adult is up to speed when they're making lane changes. That is very important. You want to wait for the solid line to end. A lot of times in some states you could get a ticket if you cross that solid line. So you want to check with your authorities on that. So you want to keep speed until your exit. If you must pass a vehicle, pass on the left and then return to your lane so you can be visible in the rear view mirrors. Let's talk about teen drivers and passengers. That is the big elephant in the room. The more passengers you have, and we're talking about teens right now, the more likely they are to be distracted and get into a potential accident. Set strict limits on the number of passengers. Really, we want just one. Really, it should be 0. When driving together, point out that things may be missing. Keep the phone off. Always wear your seatbelt. We've all been teens before, right? We want to be free, we want to be young, but you got to wear your seatbelt. Make sure everyone knows the rules and reasons behind the rules. Hey, my mom or dad said I can only have 2 people in the car. Hey, I can't have my phone on. Be the scapegoat. That means if you want to blame someone, blame me. blame driving with Myles. He told me I should not have more than one person in the car, or I shouldn't have any person in the car. Devise a plan so your teen can use if they're asked to drive a friend home. That's extremely important because we want our sons and daughters. And by the way, 2 to 5 p.m. is the most dangerous time because teens are getting out of school, they're going to a job. We as adults, we're going to be getting off work at 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. We're tired, we got to go get dinner, get gas, get all of these things, and we're tired. We really don't want to be dealing with student drivers who are going too slow, who are using the wrong blinker, who are drifting into their lane. So from the parent side, student drivers stay to the right lane, stay to the slow lane. From an instructor side, I just changed my hats. We are trying to keep up our speed. I'm telling my student, go with the flow. If the speed limit is 55, you need to be at 55. But parents, be aware that student drivers drive slow, 5 under, 10 under, 7 under. So we are trying to get them to pick up speed, but they're just slow. So stay away from us, right? Also, adults, I'm switching hats again. We got to get off the phone. Right? If we're on the phone, we're distracted, we missed our exit, we're going 80 in a 55, we're not paying attention, we're zipping in and out of traffic. We got to put that phone down, right? We've got to drive slower, we got to drive the limit. Our sons and daughters in the back watching us. We got to be a good role model, right? And I'm preaching and I'm telling the truth. Make sure everyone knows your rules and the reason behind them. Tell your sons and daughters, please don't drive and be on your phone, okay, because it can be a hazard. And more states are passing legislation to target drivers who are distracted, who are on their phone, and we don't want a $100 ticket coming home. Facts. So remember that and tell your teen your expectations, show them love, show them trust, okay? So also for teen drivers, make sure they're watching the road. Mom and dad, go on with them sometime. You know, it's after school. Hey, come on, pick me up. I'll take you to go get a smoothie. We'll go get a coffee. Oh, Mom, Dad, that's great. Can you just give me the money? Can you send it? No, come and get me. And then we can go driving. You can see how your son or daughter drives. You can see how they negotiate left turns. Left turns are very dangerous. You want to have them come up to the middle, wait. When it's clear, they look left and right, and they turn into the nearest lane. More on that later. Let's talk about choosing a driving school. Very important. I'm very passionate about that. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up right now. Price should not be the only consideration. The average price is anywhere from $350 to $575. My rate is about $75 to $85 an hour. I teach teens and adults. I do road test prep. I have an online class, but you do get what you pay for. And you have to take your time. You've got to read some of the reviews. I would go visit some of the driving schools, look at their cars, maybe peek inside, maybe go for a tour if they'll let you in. What do you look for? So you want to look for the drivers their company to have nice shirts on, right? You want the cars to look clean. You want to see if they're using up-to-date current curriculum, the state-certified curriculum. Some driving schools have a custom curriculum that is submitted to the state, and then they look at it and check it, and then it's proprietary. So I've been with both sides. But you want to make sure the school is high quality. I'm letting you know, summer is the most busiest time. You're going to see a lot of me, driver's ed instructors across the country, driving kids. So parents, be mindful. Visit the driver's ed website. Prioritize the questions. What curriculum do you use? I talked about that. Next, how many classrooms behind the wheels do you offer? In the current location I'm in, it's 6 hours behind the wheel, BTW, and it's 4 hours of observation. You're watching another teen drive. And then we talk about what mistakes did they make, what did they do good, how can we improve. That is what the state wants. Do they conduct classroom training? Every school is different. Some parents want an online class because kids have sports, they have jobs. Other parents want an in-person class. Online is limited to 20. In person, you can have up to 36. It varies from school to school and location to location. Do they offer parent or guardian seminars? Prior school I was with, we had a parent meeting, and I think it's very good that parents know how to coach their students, coach their kids. They know how to talk to them because they are becoming young adults. Do their instructors give progress reports? I always give progress reports. I tell parents how your son or daughter did during the drive. We have a grading system. These are the things I would want if my son or daughter is going through driver's ed. I want feedback. How did my son do? How did my daughter do? They didn't listen to me when they were driving with me. Did they give you a hard time? So you want to ask these questions, and good instructors, after the drive is over, will talk to you a couple minutes. They'll give you feedback. Thank you, Frank. Do their instructors give progress reports? Are they members of any state or national association? Those things are important. Next, let's continue. Let's talk about the graduated license. Most states in the United States, because I'm a US-based instructor, have a GDL, where it's a graduated license. Example, where I'm from, you drive 30 hours. It's an hour and a half per week. Then after that, 3 months, you come back for segment 2. And in segment 2, you learn about crash avoidance, defensive driving. I appreciate it. I'm glad I'm helping you. And any questions, just let me know. So you want to be a good role model. You don't want to rely on the driver's education school to teach them. You want to slowly get your son or daughter acclimated into the traffic. How do you do this? You have them drive in neighborhoods. What I do as an instructor, I have them go around the block making right turns 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. That's 16 right turns. Then we go around making left turns. 4 times 4 is 16. So they've made 32 turns, 16 right, 16 left. And once they are consistent in that, then we practice pulling in driveways and doing reversing out or backing in where they're looking over their shoulder. You can't rely on the backup camera. Create a written agreement. If you really want your son or daughter to excel, not fail, have some written agreements. Okay, if you keep your grades up and you don't receive any tickets, the end of your junior year, we're going to look at possibly getting you a job, and we'll split the cost of the insurance. Okay, you want to teach them that personal responsibility. Create a written agreement like the new drivers deal, the National Safety Council. There are different things. You can make a custom agreement. Use SAD contracts for life and tell them how important it is that they come home safe. Teen drivers are the most riskiest, so you want to be aware of that. And once you're aware of that, then you will be successful. So it's all about communication with the parent, with the guardian, because we have our young drivers out there. So with that, I'm going to let you go today. Thank you. Bye. What's up, girl?
Hey, sorry.
It's okay.